Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn to create Google Slides from Google Forms. So imagine this, you are a teacher and you want to hand over certificates generated from Google Slides when a student submits his response in Google Forms. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you can copy all the details of the student from Google Forms, sort it out and manually create a certificate from Google Slides. Now this approach is very repetitive and tiresome considering you have many students. So here I would suggest that you bring in some automation so that whenever a new response is generated in Google Forms, it will automatically create a slide in Google Slide. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Google Forms and Google Slides. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen. Okay, so we will begin with a small example. So this is my Google form and I have titled it as pledge to donate eyes. So basically the idea is that whoever fills this form, he will be getting a certificate that is made in Google Slides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill in some details. So these are the details. So the name of the guy is 𝗪𝗵𝘆 and this is his email fordmotors123@gmail.com and this is his roll number. So his roll number is 25 and his class is 10th. Okay, so these are the details of the guy and of course this is the mobile number. So when I click on submit, I can expect to find a newly created certificate about this guy. Okay, so let me just click on submit. Okay, so a form submission has been made, a guy called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆. So let's have a look. Do we have made a certificate? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check into the folder. Okay, so this is the certificate that 𝗪𝗵𝘆 will be getting if I send him. Okay, so this is the certificate for 𝗪𝗵𝘆. Congratulations 𝗪𝗵𝘆 for volunteering to donate eyes. Keep up the great work. This is the roll number, this is the class and this is the time. Okay, so basically this is what we plan to do. Anytime a new form submission is made in Google Forms, it will be reflected as a certificate that is made from a template in Google Slide. So to begin the process, just in the new browser, in a new tab, just type pabbly.com. Okay, so your obvious question is, why are we working with the incognito mode? So the answer is very simple. The integration of Google Forms and Google Slides will involve creation of a Google Sheet. Now, if you're working with Google Sheet and also if you're working with Pabbly Connect, there will be some authentication issues if you have multiple Gmail accounts. So it is always advisable to work with incognito mode if you're working with Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. So let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also build your own free account in just 2 minutes. So just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Forms to Google Slides. And then just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Google Forms, because we want to send the data from Google Forms. That is why Google Forms. And in the trigger event, how about we make it as new response in spreadsheet? Okay, so new response in spreadsheet is a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new response is made in Google Forms, then what action should be taken by the system? Now there is something you should know. The trigger event is showing it as new response in spreadsheet. So your obvious question is, it should be something like a new response in Google Forms or new lead generated in Google Forms, something related to Google Forms. Why it is showing it as new response in spreadsheet? The answer is very simple. The response created or the response generated in Google Forms always goes directly to Google Sheets. So from that particular Google Sheets, we will be capturing the data to send it to third-party apps like Google Slides. So what we are going to do here is, let me just take you to newly created Google Forms. So this is a newly created Google form that I have made. Okay, so the title is Clothes Donation for the Needy. And these are the same, nearly the same fields we have: name, email, phone number, roll number, class. Okay, so basically these are all the same details. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll down and in the last field I'm just going to toggle this to the right. Okay, so basically I'm going to ensure that this particular field is required to fill in the form. So this will basically act as a trigger. So your obvious question is, trigger for what? So let me just take you to up, and let me just click on response. So basically what we're going to do here is we are just going to create a new spreadsheet. So let me do that. Let me just create a new spreadsheet. Okay, so when we click on this icon, we have two choices: create a new spreadsheet, select existing spreadsheet, and we are going with this one to create a new spreadsheet. And this is the title we have. The default title is close donation for the needy. Of course you can change it according to your discretion, but I am going with this one, close donation for the needy. So let me just click on create. Okay, so a sheet is being created. Okay, so this is the Google Sheet for this particular form, and it has the same data fields that this form has. For example, name, email, phone number, roll number, and of course the class. Okay, so basically it has the same fields, but in addition we also have one more columns, that is the timestamp. So timestamp is basically the time at which the response will be filled. Okay, so we have the field, so we have the columns associated with these fields. Okay, so the next stage is, so we are basically going to integrate this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So to do that, let me just click on add-ons. Okay, so as you can see in the add-ons, you will find Pabbly Connect webhooks. Pabbly Connect webhook is an add-on that I have installed in my system. Now, since you are beginning fresh, Pabbly Connect webhooks might not have been installed yet. So what you have to do is just click on get add-ons. Okay, so when you click on get add-ons, Google Workspace Marketplace opens up. So in the search, all you have to do is just type Pabbly Connect webhooks. Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, so as you can see, Pabbly Connect webhook is already installed in my system. All you have to do is click on this button, and Pabbly Connect webhooks will be installed as an add-on in your Google Sheet also. Now, after installing Pabbly Connect webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheets. I repeat again, after installing Pabbly Connect webhook, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. So let me just cancel this. Go back to add-ons and click on Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now, before we go there, let me just tell you something. So as you can see, as I mentioned before, the last field is the class. Okay, so basically when this particular field will be filled, it will send the data to our Google Sheet. Similarly, we have the last column, okay, as F. So F is our last data entry column. Beyond this, there is no column for data entry. Okay, so remember this. It's something important you have to know. And let me just click on initial setup. Okay, so this is the window of initial setup. So here we have to fill in two blanks, the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. Now coming to the trigger column, as I mentioned, the last data entry column is always the trigger column. Now the last data entry column is column F. So I'm going to mention the trigger column as F. So the idea is that whenever this column is filled, it will send the data to Pabbly Connect. Now coming to the webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, let me go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the webhook URL. So let me just click on submit to just minimize this window. Okay, so the window is gone. Let me just go back to add-on once more, click on Pabbly Connect webhook and just click on send on event. So this will ensure that whenever the horizontal rows of this particular column, that is column F, is filled, it will keep sending on the data. So basically at this point, we have integrated this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So this means that whenever column F is filled, the data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going back to my form. Okay, and just I'm going to click on preview. Okay, so we are going to fill in some detail. So these are the details. So the guy's name is Tom Cruise. So this is the email of Tom Cruise. This is the phone number. The roll number of Tom Cruise is 45, and he is in 8th class. Okay, no, 8th class. Yeah, he's in 8th class. So let me just click on submit. Okay, so a form submission has been made by a guy called as Tom Cruise, and he is willing to donate as much as clothes that is possible. So he is going to get a certificate that is going to be billed by me. Okay, so let me see whether Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. Okay, but before that, let us check whether this data, the response of Tom Cruise, is available in our Google Sheet. Okay, yes, we do have the details. So this is the name, Tom Cruise, this is the email, this is the phone number, this is the roll number, and of course this is the class. Now all the details has been entered. The trigger column has also been fixed. So the trigger column has also been filled. So let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. Give it 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so it is showing it is all the data has been received. So the name is Tom Cruise. This is the email, tomcruise1234@gmail.com. This is the phone number, this is the roll number, and this is of course the class. So basically we have got all the details. So now from these details we are going to create a certificate from Google Slides. Now to deal with Google Slide, let me introduce you to another window. So this is called as the action window. So here we are going to just type Google Slides. Google Slides it is. Okay, Google Slides. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create presentation from template. So create presentation from a template is an action event. So at present we only have one action event, that is create presentation from template. Now in case, just like the triggers, if you want more action event according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. But at present we just want to create a presentation from the template. So let me just click on connect with Google Slides. In the new credentials, let me just click on connect with Google Slide. Okay, so this Google Slide, all the Google Slide is present in this particular Gmail account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so it is asking me to confirm my choice. Now, before I click on allow, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. Okay, so on the basis of that trust, just press allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 blanks in front of you: template presentation, title of new presentation, and new presentation location. So we will deal with that individually, but first what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take you to my Google Slides. So these are my Google Slides. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to the template gallery, and I'm going to, since we are going to create a certificate, so I'm just going to select this particular one. Okay, so we are going to deal with certificates, that is why. Okay, now of course you can outsource many other certificates according to your choice and paste it here, but I'm just going to deal with a normal simple slide that we have in our Google Slides. And so how about we go with this one? Nope. How about we go with this one? Okay, so this is looking neat. So I have selected this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the name. Okay, at present it is a student certificate. So we are going to change it as clothes donation pledge certificate. Okay, so this is the name, clothes donation pledge certificate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to refresh this. So when I click on refresh, I can expect to find this newly created slide, that is clothes donation pledge certificate, in the drop down. So let me just see. Yes, we do have a newly created template presentation, that is clothes donation pledge certificate. So basically using this slide, we are going to create a new certificate. Okay, easy. Okay, so now coming to the title of the new presentation. Okay, so how about we make some changes in this particular slide? So it is not really looking appropriate. So I'm just going to remove this. And I'm going to make congratulations a bit bigger. Okay, 25, 26, 27. Okay, so we have to also increase this side, right? Okay, so and how about we change some colors? Okay, so this is the color. So how about we go with black? Okay, bold it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is next, I'm just going to remove this, and here the idea is that the student name will come, right? So I'm just going to introduce you to dynamic tags. So all you have to do is enter two pairs of curly brackets. Okay, 2 pairs of curly brackets, and here I'm just going to add a name. Okay, name it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and I'm going to refresh this. So there will be a magic. Okay, so there will be a magic. So before I show you the magic, there is something I need to show you. So at present we only have 3 blanks. So when I click on refresh, we can find 4. Okay, so let me just refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, we have 4 blanks now. That is, we have 1 additional blank, that is for the name. So this is because we have created a tag. So basically the field, that the tag that is present here is now instantly available here. Okay, so you get the point. Okay, so for volunteering to donate clothes, donate the clothes for poor. Okay, so that's done. And I'm planning to change the color. I don't like the color, so how about we go with white, and I'm just going to bold it. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. For volunteering to donate the clothes for the poor, keep up the good work. Now what we are going to do here is I'm just going to remove all of this. Okay, and I'm going to introduce some more tags. So here I'm just going to type roll number, roll number, roll number. Okay, and here I'm just going to type roll. Okay. Okay, so we have added one more dynamic tag, that is roll number. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to my Pabbly Connect, okay, and I'm going to refresh this. This time we can expect to find a newly created field, that is roll number, in here. Okay, so yeah, roll number it is. I don't like the name, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going back and roll number 𝗪𝗯𝗪. Okay, and let me just refresh this once again. So it will be roll number 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Okay, and then we are going to introduce two more fields, that is one for class and one for timestamp. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, we do have the field called as the roll number, okay, with 𝗪𝗪𝗪. And my point is very simple, that any variation that you are going to bring here, it will be reflected here. Okay, this is because Google Slide is now integrated with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now we are going to introduce two more fields, for one for class. It's not really necessary, but I'm just showing you. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to okay, bring this roll number to the extreme left, and here I'm just going to type class. Okay, enter two pairs of curly brackets, and here in the class just type class. Okay, and in the extreme right we are going with the date. Okay, two pairs of curly bracket inside the date field. Okay, we are going to enter date. Okay, I think we are ready, and I think we should bold it, and also if possible change the color to yellow. That would do good. I think the size should also be increased, so I'm just going to increase their size a bit. Okay, I think my point is very simple, that other than introducing dynamic tags, you have to do some kind of formatting, okay, until you get it right. So I really don't like the color actually, so I'm going with the white, or how about we go with black. Okay, black is still much better. Okay, so okay, and we are going to increase the size. Nope, that won't work. Okay, it will consume the space. So I think it's quite good at this point. Okay, so let me just go to Pabbly Connect and let me just refresh this. So at present we only have two fields, that is name and roll number. So when we click on refresh, I can find this newly created field, that is the class as well as the date. Okay, so we have all those fields. Excellent. So basically we are going to map all the details here, and it will be created as a perfect certificate. Okay, easy. Okay, now there is something else. How about we deal with the title of the new presentation? Now before we deal with the title of the new presentation, how about we create a new location, that is basically the place at which these certificates will be stored. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just taking you to my drive. Okay, and this is my Google Drive, and I'm going to introduce you to a new folder. So the folder name is clothes, donation, pledge, certificates. So the idea is very simple, that whenever a new certificate will be created after a guy has submitted a form in Google Forms, the certificate will be stored here. Okay, so let me just click on create. Okay, so a new folder called as close donation pledge certificates has been created. So the certificates will be found here. Okay, so that's the idea. So let me go back to Pabbly Connect and let me just refresh this. Okay, so I can expect to find this newly created folder here. Okay, clothes donation pledge certificate. So we have selected the location. Now coming to the title of the new presentation. So what is the title? So this is basically our title. Let me just take you to my Google Slides homepage. So these are the titles: Lucent William 25x, I donation pledge. All of them are basically slides. Okay, so we are going to give a new title. So let me just go to Pabbly Connect, and the idea is that we are going to give the name of the student, the roll number of the student, and as well as the class. So it will be a very unique title for each student. So the name is Tom Cruise, enter a dash, and then we are going to go with the roll number, enter a dash, and then we are going with the class, that is 8th. Okay, so this will be the title of the presentation. Now coming to the name, so let's start mapping the details, that is the name, roll number, class, as well as the date. Now before we do that, let me just deal with the date first. So this is our date. So as you can see, this is kind of looking clumsy. Okay, so this is for 30th of March 2021, but certificates don't have this kind of dates. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to format this date into a human readable one. So we want the date as something like day, month, and year, something that we can really understand, not this clumsy fun. Okay, so we are going to introduce date time formatter. Okay, this is the one we want, and we just want to format date only. So we have selected format date only, then click on connect with date time formatter. Now coming to the date, so we are just going to introduce you to this button. This is called as the mapping button. When we click this, we will find the date. So this is the date, and we want to change the format as day, month, and year. Okay, so this is the one we want. Okay, so let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so this is the result, that is 30th of March 2021. Okay, so to get this detail here, we basically have to refresh this. Okay, so let me just again click on save. Okay, so now we are ready. So let's start mapping. So this is the name, that is Tom Cruise. So basically the name, that is Tom Cruise, will come here. Okay, easy. Then we have the roll number. The roll number is this. Basically this particular detail will come here. So roll number will come here. Then we have the class. So the class is 8th. So this particular detail will come here. Okay, and then we have the date. So let me just remove this clumsy date, and let me just introduce the lovely one. So this is the one. Okay, so when I click on save and send test request, we will be creating a new certificate. So let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing that the certificate has been created. So the idea is very simple. Okay, so let me just explain you this once again. So using this template, we have created a new certificate. So this will be the title of the certificate, and the certificate will be found in this particular folder. Okay, so we will have all those details in the certificate. Okay, so let me just take you to my drive. So this is the folder. So let me just explore this. So as you can see, we do have the title Tom Cruise 45. This is the roll number, and this is the class. So let me just show you the certificate. Yes, so this is the certificate. Congratulations, Tom Cruise, for volunteering to donate the clothes for poor. Keep up the great work. Okay, so this is the roll number, this is the class, and this is the date, of course. So the presence of this certificate shows that we have successfully integrated Google Forms and Google Slide with help of Pabbly Connect. So now before I end this, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to minimize this action window, and I'm going to minimize this trigger window, and I'm going to minimize this trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Google Forms to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated, then you have actually used the datetime formatter. So basically the purpose of the datetime formatter was that we had a very clumsy datetime format, and we have converted into a human readable one. Now using Google Slides, we have created an awesome certificate, and these are the details that is inputted into the certificate. Excellent.
Not just these two apps, you can integrate up plenty of applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to automate your workflows. Or better, just visit our website www.pabbly.com. It's awesome. Thanks.